How about some burning leaves? They always look really cool. Hi everyone, I'm Catherine, the artist behind Bigelow Fine Arts. I'm continuing my journey through the Enchanted Forest, following the trail and enjoying fresh raspberries as I seek the mystery that awaits in the castle at the center of the forest. I spy two cute long-tailed oven birds watching me as I enjoy the berries. I'm coming in with cadmium orange and only working up one of these leaf fronds. This gives me some room to change colors that didn't work when I work up the other leaf frond. I put down a light layer as this is a rather bright color. If this is your first time here, welcome. Otherwise, welcome back. This video is part of a series. You can find the whole playlist up in the cards, but feel free to jump right in. Grab your colors and come color these burning leaves with me. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can catch the rest of the color along. I come in with terracotta next to help tone down the color a little, mostly at the bottom. I am flicking the color up from the bottom of each leaf to give a smoother gradient to these small leaves. Next, I flick in some deep red, still starting at the bottom and flicking upwards. I want to make sure that the bottom is completely filled with color, even if the middle and top are not. In fact, it is better for the other colors to show through in spots rather than have a solid block of color. I also used the dark red to add in a light layer on the stem, which is super thin, and my pencil was not sharp enough for this. I add in some terracotta over the stem as well to blend and make sure it isn't too dark. I also use the terracotta on the bottom of the leaves to blend the dark red in a little better. I was pretty happy with how these colors looked together, so I moved on to the next leaf frond, coming in with the cadmium orange first. Again, a light layer, and I also hit the little teardrops on the stick things beside this frond. I again used the terracotta to tone down the orange by flicking in the color from the base of the leaf. I'm not trying to cover the orange, just add in another color to blend with it. I do not flick the terracotta all the way to the top of the leaves, so a little of the cadmium orange is still visible when I am finished. And I fill in the stem with the terracotta since I have it in hand. On to the dark red, and I flick that color in from the bottom as well as fill in the stem and the two tiny leaves on the stem. And that is two small leaf fronds colored in. Now on to some window pane leaves. I start with a layer of scarlet red on one window pane leaf. I opted to go with just red leaves instead of more burning leaves. I don't want the page to be all one color, nor do I want the colors to pool too much in one area. But I also don't plan my colors out, so sometimes things do pool a little. I bring in dark red for the outline portion of the leaf. If I missed a little because my pencils are dull, I just erase that back. I put in a layer of magenta over the outline, making it even darker. I want a really dark outline for these leaves. I add in a little red violet to the bottom of the outline area to get it just a little darker. For the window panes, I come back with the scarlet red and flick in color from the inner bottom corner of each window pane. I then come in with the dark red and do the same thing. I want to make the sections just a little darker. I then blend with ivory to bring the colors together better and fill in the tooth of the paper. Since these colors all work together, I am moving on to the rest of the leaves. I again begin with the scarlet red, but this time I keep it to just the window panes. No need to put any in the outline since I will be making it so dark that it doesn't make a difference. I come in with the dark red and flick color in from the corners for the window panes before going through and filling in the outlines. Again, if I missed because my pencil wasn't sharp, I give it a quick erase back. For these outlines, a sharp pencil does make it easier. I bring in the magenta to darken up the outlines even more. I'm not pressing harder to add these layers, just the same medium to light pressure I always use. And this makes it easier to lift any accidental marks off the page because the pressure is light enough to actually mostly be removed. Now for the red violet so I can darken the bottom of the outlines. Mostly to make like a shadow effect, but it is pretty subtle. As I was looking at the whole vine, I decided to add in a little burnt sienna over the vine to knock back a little of the red and give it a slight brown tint. I go in and blend the window pane sections with ivory, and these red leaves are finished. Now onto a few of the tiny leaves from last time. There were a few more just off to the side that I didn't really notice, so I fill them in with the olive green yellowish, flick in the chrome oxide green, and blend it all together with more olive green. Don't forget to work up the other side of the page. Unless you want something different, it will work up the same. Thanks for joining me today on this adventure into the Enchanted Forest. Let me know below or on social media if you colored along. I'd love to know how your burning leaves turned out. I want to thank you all so much for coming along and joining in with me on this coloring journey. I appreciate all my subscribers and look forward to more of you joining in and coloring along with me. Please like, share, and subscribe to help that happen. Until next time, happy coloring.